thought we could do a little exercise called Allowing Success. And this is just a bonus exercise that you can do if you get time. It's like a little visualization exercise, really. It's from a really good book called Creating Money. So I will just read it out to you. So if you're watching on replay, you can just close your eyes or whatever you want to do. Or if you're watching live, if you're joining me now, then you can do it now straight away. So the first thing to do then is just to get comfortable, just closing your eyes, taking a few nice deep breaths, just grounding yourself, centering yourself, stretching that spine, letting your shoulders drop, and just appreciating, just being for a moment or two. And the first thing to do is picture something that you want, but you don't yet have. So picture something that you want that you don't yet have. Just bring that to your mind's eye. And then think of all the reasons you're now getting closer to what you want than you've ever been. Why are you closer to that thing now than ever before? Just think of all the reasons that you feel like you're getting closer to what you want. Maybe you've made some changes in your life, doing this mastery, something else. The next part is just to take a moment and experience what success feels like to you. You might recall a past or present success, or imagine what a future success will feel like. Let it become as physical and as an emotional experience as you can. So when you're thinking about that success, just imagine it as if it has already happened, and just really, delve into those feelings. So maybe that you would notice that your posture might change a little bit. You might be like, oh, sitting a little bit more upright. Maybe you feel like an inner confidence or strength. So just breathing in that success as if it's already happened. And then just congratulating yourself on all the things you can think of that you are doing well right now. So just taking a moment to realise what you've achieved so far this year. Just really embodying that success. So again, you can just recall a past event, something that you did that made you feel like, oh my God, that was amazing. Like, I feel really successful, I feel really great. Or maybe something in your present, or maybe even your future. Just really embodying that feeling of success. And then the next part of the exercise is it says one way you can allow success is by telling your personal history in a way that emphasises all the good experience you've had. So just thinking about your past history in business, but just thinking about only those successes, because we know we have that negativity bias. Our mind automatically goes to the failures, to the things that we haven't done, to the things that we should have done. So just thinking about all the successes that you've had. And you might want to just think, it says you can play the following game alone or with friends. Come up with your answers in 3 minutes or less. So let's see if you can do it quicker than that. Just thinking about, imagine if you were talking to a friend right now in a coffee shop and you were sharing all your personal successes since you've been in business. So just thinking back to products or services that you've sold, testimonials that you've had, times that you've showed up, scared but brave. Just imagine that now. Just visualize talking to your friend and sharing all those successes. And then the next part of this exercise is to tell your personal history as if you grew up with great abundance. Pick actual incidents focusing only on times when you felt abundant, times when you got what you wanted or experienced your parents as abundant. You will be amazed at how many times you can remember when you did feel abundant. So just thinking back then, because we've already done some exercises around this where we've looked more at the negative stuff around money. So how would it feel to look back now and think about the times where you felt abundant as a child? So that might be when you got a Christmas present that you really wanted, or a birthday present that you really wanted, or your mum and dad treated you to a meal or an ice cream or something else. Just really thinking back. You can pause if you need longer, but I'm just going to move on to the next one now. Tell your personal history from the perspective of how you know you've always been divinely guided, as if you have always had a guardian angel. Think of 2 or 3 incidents to demonstrate this. So this would be times where perhaps you were at a really low ebb and you felt that somehow you picked yourself back up again. And there was a feeling of being supported somehow. It might be a time where you've struggled to know what direction to take, but somehow the answers just come to you, and as you look back you realise that that was exactly the right decision that you needed to make at that time. So just thinking back and thinking about times where you felt you've been divinely guided or supported. So that can be thinking as it like having a guardian angel, or just being supported by the universe in some way. And then the final part of the exercise is tell your personal history from the perspective of how easily you have created things you wanted, perhaps remembering a time when you wanted something and it appeared quickly without any effort on your part. So this is looking back and thinking about times where you have manifested things in your life. One that just springs to mind for me, which is really random, was that I was on holiday in Italy when I was about 14 and I fell in love with this boy like so deeply. You know what it's like when you're that age. It's like, oh my God, I just want him to love me back. I like falling in love with this guy. And I remember just wishing on a star, and I've never really been able to kind of capture that again since, but I just felt such a deep sense of like wishing but also knowing, and it was lovely actually, that kind of knowingness, and he fell in love with me. It's like, yay. And then I was like, oh, actually it's not really my type after all that. So yeah, just thinking about times where you might have created things that you wanted and it appeared quickly without really any effort on your part. So just, yeah, the times that you've made wishes, the times that you've set a goal, the times that you've really wished for a client to come along, or, you know, anything in your life that actually it came, you're like, oh, it's here, that's amazing. Times that you have manifested something. So that's that exercise. It just says at the end, see how good it feels to focus on the areas of your past that worked for you. The more you focus on the abundance you had in the past, the more prosperity you will create in the future. Energy follows thought. When you pay attention, whatever you pay attention to grows and increases. If you pay attention to your past successes, you will create a successful, positive future for yourself. So yeah, that's from the Creating Money book.